you have decided now is the time to start making short video content. Congratulations, this is where the market is going. Next, you need to figure out where to post it. Almost all of the social media platforms today support short video content now, but that doesn't mean you should spend your time posting to all of them. You have to pick the ones that are going to give you the best bang for your buck. So today I'm going to chat with you about TikTok versus YouTube Shorts and whether you should do one or the other or both.
Inkyma's Marketing Strategies is a podcast for small business owners hosted by Audrey Kirchner, co-founder and chief marketing strategist at Inkyma, helping you navigate the world of marketing so that you can market your business in the right way, see growth, and thrive regardless of the industry you're in. To learn more about Inkyma and what we do, ask a question, or schedule a marketing evaluation, go to the website inkyma.com. That's INKYMA.com. Listen to the show on your podcast player of choice, the Inkyma website, or the Inkyma YouTube channel. Just search for Inkyma Marketing Strategies and you'll find what you need.
So before we get into short video content, let's go over a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to be referencing topics where I'll either mention the previous podcast episode or I'll just link to it. So definitely go check out the show notes. I always put additional links in there, articles, reference stuff, all sorts of goodies for you. And of course, a rough transcript. If you're looking for something specific, you can go to the rough transcript and then do a quick search and actually find what you're looking for. I will mention and link to products. The majority of the links that I put in there, we are partner affiliates with those companies because we use them day to day, not only in my business, in Inkyma's business, but also in our client's business. So I'm sharing with you our tool stack of how we get things done. And so if you're interested in using those products, please consider using our links to click on them. We do get a little bit back, and that helps us keep producing this free content for you, but it's not free for us to make. So all the things are appreciated. So let's talk about short video content. It's really where the industry is going. When TikTok first came out on the scene, you were limited to the amount of time that a video could take. And lo and behold, this took off. Partially because of the pandemic, people were looking for things to do, but instead of it just being this one type of thing for very young Gen Zs, it became a platform for everybody. And so now that it is actually very useful, if you've ever used it and tried it, it really sucks you in. 66% of the video that is consumed and engaged with is short form video. And so we're riding this wave until something else comes along. But I think this is going to have staying power for a long time. And I think by the end of this, you'll kind of understand why. But here's kind of a reason. It's easier to say yes to a 1-minute video than it is to a 10, 15, or 30-minute video from a content creator that you don't know. You don't know if you like them. You don't know if their content is good. You don't know if you want to invest 15 minutes of your time, but we're all kind of willing to give someone at least 30, 45, 60 to 90 seconds of our time to see whether or not their content is right for us. And this is where I think the popularity of this short format content has really exploded. Because of this, if you get people to come in with the short format content and then they start consuming your long format content, it's a win-win. So you do want to keep a mix. Maybe today you are doing long format video, right? 10, 15, 20, 30, an hour. You do absolutely want to add that short format in there because, again, I think it's going to get you more viewers, more followers, more people interested in your content. Let's put it that way. But then the question becomes, should you use YouTube Shorts or should you be on TikTok or should you be on both? Okay, I know I am excluding Instagram and Facebook here, but here's why. Both of these are Meta products, which is Facebook. And while they still have a lot of users, Meta is waffling in this space on both of the platforms. First and foremost, across the entire Facebook platform, they pretty much abandoned the small business owner. They gave them these lofty ideas many years ago that they were there for them, and now they just don't care. And it's sad because the small business community was the one that actually fed and I think lifted Facebook to where it was, but they're going in a different direction. Some indicators that I've seen to support this is they've actually started, then stopped their short form content monetization program. Yeah, they said, oh, we want to review the data, see if this works. But in the meantime, people were making money and now they're not making money. And even if Facebook ever does turn it back on, how many people are really going to go back? Then they keep changing the offerings for their shop features. Again, for businesses that are trying to sell things, use short format content to help sell that. They've really created this platform that just is up in the air and really doesn't allow a content creator or a small business that's trying to sell through content creation settle and actually get some work done. And then, of course, they're always disabling accounts for no rhyme or reason. So the next two episodes, this one and the other one, where I do an interview with Lindsay Haynes, they're being recorded together. So go check out the interview with Lindsay Haynes. We actually talk about this in a lot more detail together, and it's pretty fascinating. So this is why when we say short video content, I'm focusing on TikTok and I'm focusing on YouTube Shorts. Those are the two platforms. We know TikTok is doing great. Shorts has come out of beta and it's all these other good things are happening to it. I think YouTube is really investing in it. So let's talk about the two platforms and their differences to help you make a decision on which one or both you want to post content to. So like I said, TikTok really revolutionized this short format content. And it showed us that 1 minute is definitely enough time to educate. So they went from being this dance party platform for 14-year-olds, as my friend Lindsay likes to say, to a dance party platform that also has educational content from all the different generations. And if you get on the generational poking side of TikTok, you'll see that where all the way from Gen Z to millennials to Xers to boomers, they're all poking at each other and they're all on the platform. But to give you an example of the type of education I've consumed on TikTok is I follow Jefferson Fisher. He goes by Just Ask Jefferson, and he is a trial attorney. And the information that he shares is how to negotiate, how to talk to people so that you can have effective communications, which I think is really cool. So definitely go check him out. I just love his content whenever it gets shown to me. So here are some stats about TikTok. Their monthly average users is 1 million. Now, this is according to Statistica, independent third party that kind of looks at this stuff over time. You may hear different stats out there from different sources, definitely maybe different from TikTok directly, but I like going with someone who doesn't have any skin in the game. They also say that 55% of TikTok users have bought something from brands. I don't believe this stat includes purchases bought based off of watching influencers, meaning an influencer has a huge following, says, oh, look, here's something that I use and here's why, and they demo the product. I think that 55% is from the brands themselves when they're actually doing their own channels. So now let's look at YouTube. YouTube's been around for a while. We know that they are the mother of all long format video, and they introduced shorts last year or the year before last. It was in beta for a very, very long time, which is good. And it's a minute or less, right? Their cap is at a minute. But here's the thing is it's embedded in regular YouTube now. Originally it wasn't. You had to do it separately. You could really only see them on mobile. And so 74% of consumers use YouTube, right? Most of us use YouTube. YouTube has 15 billion global daily views, right? So that's not average users, that's consumption of what's there. And then people are twice as likely to buy something if they saw it on a YouTube video. I think that includes ads, right? So you see the ads that come up before the video, you see the video. So I'm going to include all of that together in there. But there's a lot there because these ads that are showing on YouTube before and during whatever you're consuming, they really act like TV commercials. And we know historically TV commercials absolutely influence buying power. And then there's a statistic there that says 41% of social media users want brands to post on YouTube more often, meaning they like seeing that content. They like it being helpful and useful and the how-to. And the YouTube monthly active users is 2.5 million. So it's 1.5 million more than TikTok. So it has a bigger audience and it is expanding. So with all of that said, the one question you really need to ask yourself is, where does your audience spend their time? Who are they, right? Hopefully you have a customer persona that identifies at the very least like what the age range is for your ideal client. And so you can see then when you have that information, you can see what platforms they're using. There is data out there that says these particular age groups tend to use these type of platforms more. But what I can tell you as an example, ironically, boomers have pretty large spread if they're your audience, right? They definitely adopted Facebook, albeit a little bit late, which kind of got them into, oh, this is what this social media stuff is all about. And then they also utilize YouTube for the same reason the rest of us do. They may not be putting out as much content as we are, but that's not what this is for. This is about who's consuming. And out of those 2.5 million active users and the 15 billion views daily, the boomers are in there. So that may be where you kind of do suck it up and put some stuff up on Facebook. But they're also on TikTok. There's a big community of boomers not only consuming content on TikTok, but actually posting content there as well. I've had quite a few folks show up on my feed. The other consideration is monetization. Now, you may be thinking, I'm not an influencer. I'm not making all my money from putting videos out there. I'm trying to do it to support my business. Exactly, right? In business, if you've listened to any business professional, you want to diversify your income as a business owner. So you want to do it within your business, but in multiple different ways. So if you can make money off your content while getting new customers, that's a win-win. Even if it's just enough for you to pay for your social media programs, that puts more revenue in your pocket. So you should consider monetization when you're thinking about this. TikTok does have monetization. At this moment, you have to be invited. It's still technically in beta. Most of the influencers will rely on sponsors, but that doesn't mean that a small business owner can't get a sponsor, especially if you're a service provider who partners with other larger companies where you buy supplies from. An example are roofers. Are you a preferred partner at whatever level with Owens Corning? Will they support your advertising endeavors? If so, maybe they will support your video creation. That's what a sponsorship could look like for a small business owner. YouTube's monetization program is extremely well documented. It's been in place for a very long time in the traditional long format video, but in January of 2023, they introduced their program for short format video. And it sits inside the dashboard. Just click on earnings and you'll see exactly what the criteria is for you to be able to start monetizing. It's not easy, but it's absolutely doable when you have the right content. And I think if you mix shorts in with long format, you have a better chance of getting. So other outside factors to consider, meaning outside the platform, outside the audience experience, is Google had recently announced, it's not in place yet, that they are actually going to be serving up short format videos in search. So we see long format videos from YouTube in the search results. We can click on it. We can watch it right from there. They're going to start including the short format video, and they're only going to be including it for YouTube Shorts. And from what I heard is TikTok as well, only because TikTok has an open API that can be used to pull that in, and the other platforms aren't open like that. And then if you've listened to the news at all, Congress has introduced a bill to ban TikTok in the United States. Last I heard is they're trying to force the owner to sell the platform. Not sure where all of this is coming from. Not sure if this is going to happen. I don't think it is. First Amendment rights here in the United States, you can't stop us from consuming content or force U.S. companies to stop giving us the apps to help us to consume the content. So depending on your risk tolerance level, this may help you decide yes or no to TikTok. If you have a high risk tolerance, you're like, yeah, I'm going to just gamble. I'm going to go in and start trying to build this and let's see what happens. Or you're like, no, let's wait and see what happens until this settles out, because who knows who's going to own it in the end and what it's going to become, because you're investing your time. I know posting itself is free, but you're investing time to try to build an audience, interact with that audience. And then the last thing that you want is for you not to be able to utilize the tool any longer. And then the last outside influencer is that right before the Super Bowl started this year, 2023, YouTube and the NFL announced that YouTube now has the NFL Sunday Ticket contract. So it's no longer being provided through DirecTV for those football fans out there. And you don't have to have a YouTube TV subscription to get the NFL Sunday ticket. You can just get the Sunday ticket on its own. And so what I think this is going to do is it's going to increase the amount of watch time significantly on YouTube because they're going to be watching live football games every Sunday. Me, when I was in my football heyday frenzy, I would sit down on the couch at noon Eastern time, watch the pregame, and then I'd be on there all the way through to the end of the Sunday night game. That's a lot of hours to be consuming and seeing other things. And then naturally, when we're on YouTube, we just float through other things. So here are the couple things that I really like most about the YouTube platform and why I've chosen to make that my primary platform is that on your YouTube channel, it is a mix. It's not just short form and it's not just long form. It's both. You put all your content in one place, you get to see all your analytics together. And then the really cool thing that I'm seeing happening because I'm consuming all sorts of content on there is I watch short form videos, I watch long form videos. And if I'm watching something on a short form video and I really like the creator, I follow them. And then when I go back into my dashboard, not only do I see their shorts come up in the primer area for shorts, I also see their long format videos come up in my feed as well. And this is really powerful because it's already making that connection for you from short to long format. And then what happens in TikTok is they put the short format up there and then they link to the YouTube long format, but the person has to actively go and look at it in order for it to be consumed and then follow you in that place as well. So ultimately you have to decide, one, where your audience is. So this is going back to marketing and social media basics. Post where your audience is at, and then take a look at which channel seems to be a better fit for you. Or if they're weighted evenly, then you do both of them. There are tools out there like Social Pilot that will allow you to post your short format content very easily to both channels. So the link for Social Pilot's in the show notes. Definitely go check that out. So now let's talk about what you should do next. Let's talk about taking some action here. So I would say start with researching the short format platforms if you're not already deeply embedded into them like I am. So this actually might be fun. Go hang out. Find out where your target audience is and go consume TikTok, YouTube. If Instagram and Facebook is still on your radar screen, go consume those the way that they would. So this may mean that you need to create new accounts so you don't mess up your own personal feed. I've been a victim of that. I still get ads for services that my clients offer that I don't need, but such is the nature of my work. I've learned to create separate accounts to go doing research and searching now. YouTube does allow you to go incognito, but what that does is it doesn't store the information, which means their algorithm can't build on it. So open the account, go do some searching, go watch some videos, come back a day or two later, give it some time to digest what you did and to offer you up new things, so you can see what your audience would see. So here are my final thoughts for you on this. In the world of short format content for videos, it's still pretty new, right? We've been doing this for a couple of years, 2-3 years, but new players are on the scene. New platforms keep throwing stuff out there. There's all this other stuff going on. So you have to watch it and participate as it develops. It's a good time to get into it. It's still a little Wild West out there. And the way I think about that is that if you start putting content out now, 2-3 years, 4 or 5, when things settle, you're going to be in a really good position because you'll have already been ahead of the game. So keep up with current events about YouTube and TikTok to see which you want to use. Do you want to add, delete, switch? It's really exciting to see where all of this is going to go. So here at Inkyma, we love to give back to the business community. I provide a 45-minute free consultation where we can talk about your business, your marketing. We can have the conversation about what you think about TikTok versus YouTube. I can give you my thoughts. We can talk about your website. We can talk about search engine optimization. That time is for you to have that discussion so that you can work on moving your business forward. If you have a quick question, or even better, you have a suggestion for a show topic, go to the bottom of the page and fill out the contact form. All of this is on the website at inkyma.com. That is inkyma.com. If you like this type of content, but maybe you want some video, maybe you want some shorts, definitely go check out Marketing Masterminds. That's more of our how-to platform. We walk you through tools and how to do specific things in those tools. keeping you up on current events in marketing as well. And that's where we're doing the majority of our content for ChatGPT, the journey that I'm taking in understanding this enormous AI platform, which is pretty cool. And then you can also sign up for our Marketing Masterminds newsletter. We push all this great content to you. They're like little educational vignettes with some videos, articles, and podcast episodes. And then that's so easy to share with other business owners as well, especially if you found the information useful. You know your other business owner friends are going to find it useful too. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If so, definitely like, share, comment, do all the things across all of the platforms so that other people can enjoy it as well. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an amazing day.